Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Hope you all are fine and safe. Welcome to the computer class of grade 3. I'm your teacher Razul Ikram Zaid. And today we will be learning unit number 3. Let's learn KTurtle. So let's move on for today's work. Before we move on, here we have a recap and you have to tell me about the true and false statements over here. So the first one here we have, you can change the shape of the turtle. So can you change the shape of your turtle? Yes, that's correct. You cannot because our pen in KTurtle is a turtle. So we cannot change the shape of the turtle in the KTurtle. So here next we have number 2. The turtle sits in the editor pane. So where does the turtle sits? For that purpose, I'm going to show you over here. You can see this is my KTurtle window. The turtle is sitting in the canvas in the center of the window. So this is an correct option? No, that's not the correct option. So here we have the false statement. We will mark it as the false one. Now we come to the third one. You can change the execution speed of your program. How does it carry out? Again, we go for that. Over here, you can see this is my KTurtle window. I'm going to move it over here for you so that you can see this is my run button. When I click on it, there are different speeds available over here. It means that you can change the speed of your commands you are carrying out. So execution speed can be changed of your program. Yes, that's a true statement. Now we come to the number 4 option. Here we have the save button is used to save the programming commands. If you have written a command over here, you can use the save button and save as for the document you have already saved before to make a copy of your work. So that's a correct sentence. That's a correct statement. So we will mark it as the true one. Now we move for the 5th option over here. We have the sentence, you can save the image that the turtle draws on the canvas. Can you turn it into an image? If you have drawn see, I have drawn a line over here. Can I turn it into an image? Yes. From the canvas option, when I click on it, export to image PNG option. So I can convert this drawing into an image one using this option. So this statement is correct. So we will mark it as the true one. I hope it is clear to you, my children, the things we have discussed earlier. Now we move on for today's work. And in today's work, we will be discussing the different speeds of executing the commands. We will be discussing about the console text box. These are the learning outcomes for today. Now we move on for today's work. Yes, today's task is question number 4, the descriptive type questions. Remember, this is a notebook work. This is answer these questions and we will be doing today part A, B and C. So let's move on to part A question for today. Here we have part A. In how many different types of speeds can you run the commands? In how many different types of speeds can you run the command? Any idea? Any guesses you have? Yes, some of you are giving me the correct answer. And for your help, I'm going to show you over here. This is my KTurtle window. And here are the run button. When you click it, can you count them, the speeds over here? Full speed, slow, slower, slowest, step by step. So these are the different speeds we have while running our program in KTurtle. Now, we move on for the next one over here. The answer we will be writing will be the different types of speeds are full speed, as we have discussed over there, as we have seen in the picture as well. Slow, slower, slowest, and step by step. Remember, my children, this is a notebook work. Now we move on to the B part question here with us. Here we have B part. Yes, the B part question is, what is the default execution speed in KTurtle. If you run a program, if you execute a program, what is the default execution speed? Again, we go over here when we click on the run button. By default, already selected by the computer before in the KTurtle software, this is the full speed. Yes, this is the full speed with us. So now we will be writing the answer for part B. Yes, here we have the answer. It's a very simple answer. The default execution speed in KTurtle is full speed. Remember, my children, this is a notebook work and you need to finish it in your notebook. Now we move on for the last question for today. Here we have the question with us. What is the function of a console text box? So the console text box, where is it located? You can see this is my KTurtle window, and in this window, this is the toolbar over here. This is the console text box. Quickly run single commands. It writes a command here and press the enter button, this execute button, and it will carry out your one command at one time. So we will be writing the answer for this one. We enter a one-line command on the console text box and press the enter key or the execute button to run it. So now we know the answer for part C as well, and we need to finish it as well on the notebook. And let's summarize that we have discussed today the different speeds of executing the commands. We have discussed about the console text box. So that's all for today, my children. And before we move on to the end of today's lesson, don't forget to finish your Google Classroom quiz. You need to finish your quiz over there in the Google Classroom. And the questions are related to the things we have already discussed in the class. And now that's all for today. Hope to see you. Inshallah, keep practicing and making good things in KTurtle. That's all for today. Take care. Allah Hafiz, my children.